you should have an atmosphere, an environment, and a culture that someone who is not a rock star can come in, feel welcomed, and grow. All right. But I've narrowed it down to 4 things that your sales team needs for them to grow. Number 1, hope. And hope is that there's positive energy toward the future. The reason a lot of people don't take action in a sales team is because they lack hope that someone like them can win. Most people aren't playing to win. They're playing to prove they're going to lose. Unfortunately, that's the reality. And I've just noticed that from coaching a lot of teams. I'm going to say that again. Most people are not playing to win. They're playing to prove they're going to lose. And so most people are playing this unfortunate game of proving that they're going to lose at whatever it is that they do. They need hope. How do you give them hope? You give them hope by sharing stories of overcome, stories of people who had worse circumstances than them. This is why I share my story so often. This is why I share that, not that long ago, I had lost everything in real estate. I was divorced, depressed, in foreclosure, $1 million in debt, and went on to become the #1 earner of a direct sales company. I share that not to beat my chest on how bad off I was, but to give people hope. Your favorite stories are people who've overcome. If Edison didn't have 10,000 times that he failed at making a light bulb and he just, boom, hey, I had this idea, I made a light bulb and it just worked, right? If he nailed it on the first time, golf clap. So we gain hope when we hear people that have overcome, that have, been through a lot of negativity. I remember one of the more inspiring stories that I heard in my career was this guy that joined a direct sales company. He was working at a hotel. He was living in a pretty rough area of New York City. The first 450 people he reached out to told him no. So he got 450 no's before his first yes. Now, how many people would have quit? Most would have quit. But he was on that stage, and I believe at the time he was making about $2 million a year. That would give you hope. How many people did that just give some hope to? I haven't even had that many no's, or I got a yes before that. Maybe I too could make $2 million. Number 2, structure. They need to know, okay, what do I do when I make a sale? Or if you're in recruiting, when I recruit someone, what do I do next? Reps that are recruiting, they won't recruit if they don't know what to do next. They need to know, where do they snap the person into? And hopefully you have a structure where they don't have to create anything new. They just need to introduce people to the onboarding, introduce people to the fast start, introduce people to the welcome. Structure is so important. You got to have the right structure, and your team needs to understand that structure of how to plug people in. If they think they have to do all the training, if everything rests on their shoulders, then that's going to be a problem. They're going to sabotage. Number 3, they need culture. Listen to this. Culture is the allowing of people to feel good, regardless of their level of desire or level of result. So if I join your team and you're immediately in my face trying to get me to make a check, but it's just not the right time for me, then that's bad culture. That's like the gym. If I go to the gym and I get on the treadmill for 2 minutes while watching CNN at a 2-mile-an-hour speed, I go over, I take a picture by the dumbbells that I don't even lift, post it to Instagram, and I go get a 2,200 calorie peanut butter banana chocolate shake. Am I getting in shape? No, not at all. I'm literally gaining a pound every time I go to the gym. When I go to walk out of that gym, what does the gym owner say? Way to kill it, buddy. You got this. See, the gym owner, a smart one, would allow me to feel good regardless of my level of desire or level of result. Why? Because he likes my membership. Would a gym owner ever say, hey, I didn't see you do any deadlifts, boy. Lift your shirt, biggin? Would he ever say that, or she ever say that? No, because that gym owner understands the simplicity of, if they're assuming a level of desire of someone and trying to make it higher than what it is without knowledge that's what they actually want, then they know that just turns people off. But when you cram down people's throats your goals and what you want to do, you turn them off, and they feel like disappointments, and no one will pay to feel like a disappointment. Most of us got plenty of that from our parents or our environments or our teachers or whatever. We're not going to pay for it. Culture is the allowing of people to feel good regardless of their level of desire or level of result. Now, I talk a lot about that in my leadership book. It's on Amazon. And basically the concept is the longer you keep people around the campfire, the more likely they'll catch a spark. But if you're trying to get in their face and rattle their cage and get them all fired up when they're not ready for that, or it's just not their season, they're going to feel like a disappointment. They're going to get the heck out of there. Number 4, they need to know what to say. They need to know what to say. And this is something I work with teams on 3.5 hours of this with different teams. Now, if they know what to say, but they don't have hope, they don't have structure, and it's not good culture, it doesn't matter very much. They're going to leave. They're going to quit. They're not going to stick around. So you do need these 4 things, but they need to know what to say when reaching out to people, what to say when following up, what to say when they encounter an objection. If they don't know what to say, just very basic sales scripts, very basic how to overcome objections, then, they're not going to do the work because it's just not going to feel good. Please write this down. Please. I am so exhausted from helping people understand this. Please, for the love of God, do not use ChatGPT for your conversations. ChatGPT is so terrible at writing you sales conversations. Why? And I've seen this over and over and over and over and over and over and over, because ChatGPT has read every sales book out there, and most of the sales books out there, they suck. Most of them suck. Most of the sales trainers that y'all listen to, they say things in a way that would work if you had rapport, if you were influential, but not if you don't. There's so many people that I see, they have a great prospect. The prospect's actually interesting. And then they give this big, long, stupid diatribe. I'm like, did this come from ChatGPT? They're like, yeah. Yeah. I'm like, please don't do that. Please do not do that. Here's where ChatGPT is good at. ChatGPT is fantastic at give me some headlines, give me some hooks, give me some ideas. Hey, analyze this. Give me some different ways coming up with the bullet points. It's sales copy, but conversations aren't sales copy. They're not. I'm telling you, one day, I spent 3.5 hours going over scripts with teams. I do this every day. There isn't a day where I don't review scripts every day. And I've been doing that for 20 years. I'm telling you right now, I've reviewed a lot of people's conversations that use ChatGPT. You are losing at least 30% of the sales you could be making if you're using ChatGPT. Because one of the things that ChatGPT completely lacks is posture. It'll have you on this big, long, stupid diatribe of, if I do, and you're in this big, long, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, they asked a very simple question. Like, you need to address that question, not give them I hear what you're saying. You're saying that blah, blah, dee, and I bet you feel like doobie, doobie, doo. And ChatGPT will also mix in communication styles. Yesterday, I reviewed a conversation and it said something like, it sounds like you feel like you're just not seeing where this would fit in. Okay. That's 3 different styles of communications. That's kinesthetic, auditory, and visual. You don't mix those. You listen, you ask, and ChatGPT will have you asking yes or no questions. You don't want to ever ask yes or no questions. You want to ask open-ended questions. Hey, tell me about your journey. Hey, what have you tried so far? You don't want to say something that ends in a yes or no, because that's not enough data. I can't tell what kind of communicator you are. I can't read between the lines of what you're typing back to me if I'm just asking you, if I'm giving you a big long diatribe. And by the way, 9 times out of 10, you know who's in posture by the length of the conversation. Whoever is saying the least is in posture. You're losing 30% of every sale. I'm telling you, I've seen it over and over and over. It is a pandemic. It is a plague upon the sales industry. It's just not good. I'm in ChatGPT almost every day. I've uploaded entire books to ChatGPT of mine, trying to teach it. And mine is going to be better than most people's. Anytime I've ever said, hey, what would you say to this? I don't like the answer. I don't like it. Stop doing that. Now, you will get exhausted if you're the source of information, if you're the upline GPT, if you're the person that everyone comes to rely on and everyone comes to, hey, Stephanie, they just said this. What do I say? You're going to get exhausted. This is one of the reasons we created a digital script book, and you can point your people to it, and it's going to unload 90% of your work. Now, it's not going to answer every company specific kind of question. It teaches all the common ways of reaching out to people, all the common ways of follow-up, all the common objections that most people get in any kind of sales. It will cut your work by 90%, you as the sales leader. If you want to check it out, you can. higdongroup.com/scripts. Stupidly affordable. It should be $100. It's not $100. Dumbly affordable. You use it and you close one sale. Most of you are already in profit with your team. I would just highly encourage it. You want to cut your workload. You want to get your team on fire. Send this to your team. Post it in your groups. Send it in your chats. higdongroup.com/scripts. It will help you. It will help them. They're going to thank you. And all of a sudden, you'll see people closing without the need for a three-way call, without the need to bring you in, without the need for you to present. And it's just going to cut your workload by so much. Check it out if you want. higdongroup.com/scripts. And so I hope this is helpful to you. God bless you. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye for now.